From never wanting to rap to becoming your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. From engaging in crash-out activity in the streets of Forest Creek, Maryland, to rubbing shoulders with the rap elites in LA. This is the story of Markel Morrow, aka Goonew, and the events which led up to his untimely demise at the age of 24. Goonew is a legend when we talk about underground rap, and in just 5 years of rapping, he inspired many. So without further ado, let's get into it. On the 14th of May 1997, Markel Morrow, aka Goonew, was born in Forest Creek, Maryland. Now, Maryland is a part of the greater DMV area. Now, if you don't know what the DMV area is, so let's say we have Washington, D.C., which is the capital of the United States. Washington, D.C. sits on the border between Maryland and Virginia. North, east, it's bordered by Maryland, and southwest, it's bordered by Virginia. The DMV is Washington, D.C., plus the greater area of suburbs that surround Washington, D.C. Shit, it ain't my business, I'm not American, much less from the DMV, but it's always arguments going on, oh, you're not really from the DMV, I'm really from the DMV, blah, blah, blah. Niggas be arguing about which areas are considered DMV and which are not. It's a whole big mess. But see, the thing about the DMV is not like California. It's not like Georgia. It's not, Atlanta and shit. Because DMV is not really a hub for rap music. Although DMV is a hub for gangster shit. Like, some of the first gangsters came from the DMV. Like, they do everything they do in the other cities. But, like, DMV was never really popular. It never had the industry eye on it. Goonew, he was helping change that with the wave he made for the DMV. But we're going to talk more about that later. Goonew was born to a mother who was a nurse and to a father who was not there. I don't know if he never met his daddy or some shit, but he said he didn't really talk to him in an interview and he didn't really elaborate on that. So I'm going to presume his dad wasn't in the home growing up, as it is with lots of young black men growing up in the hood.
I don't talk to my father. My mother worked. She a nurse.
Goonew described himself as being a badass kid, in school, just starting shit, fighting, skipping school. He didn't really care about school. He wasn't invested into it, and he got kicked out of a couple of different schools. Although this was all going on, he still liked playing sports at school. Basketball was his sport of choice. Although he didn't really care about school, he liked playing basketball in school. And the coaches liked him too. He mentioned that the coaches used to go to lengths to make sure he was on the team. They used to tell the teachers to change his grades so the nigga could play basketball because the coaches liked him, apparently. Goonew described himself as being a crash out.
I used to be a crash dummy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I used to just do dumb shit.
Which subsequently, all these happenings in school, his temper, it led to him naming his mixtape, which released later in 2021, Short Temper. He called that mixtape Short Temper because growing up he had a short temper, 1 + 1 = 2. This short temper behavior culminated in him getting kicked out of school in 11th grade around his senior year. And the reason he got kicked out of school, as he mentioned, was a fight between some hoods that happened at his school. Now, they was acting like it was a gang fight, but it was really a hood fight. So a hood fight is when it's niggas who grew up in the same hood, doing the same shit, talking to each other every day. They don't like niggas that grew up in another hood. It's not a gang because a gang is organized and a gang has structure. A gang has a made-up name. A hood is just a hood. We grew up around each other. We're from the same hood. And oftentimes, niggas from different hoods, opposing hoods, they got beef, they want to fight. It is what it is. So Goonew got kicked out over a hood fight. He said one of the dudes from an opposing hood ended up getting his chin broke. They broke the nigga jaw, and he wanted to press charges, which led to my nigga Goon getting kicked out of school. Maybe that was a blessing in disguise. They say every cloud has a silver lining. So I'm not sure if this is after or before he got dropped out, but sometime in 2015, Goonew had been on house arrest. I'm not sure for how long. But the first day he was off house arrest, he got the ankle monitor off. Goonew went to a house party in his hood to celebrate. On his ones, he was alone. He mentioned maybe a female companion. But Goonew went to a party in his hood, ended up getting shot. I don't think it was targeted, but shit. He said the lights went out. He went to the backyard. Next thing he knows, he caught one under his right eye. The bullet was lodged under his right eye. They had to take it out. So, yeah, this is just like some of the stuff that Goonew was getting up to before rap. The thing about Goonew is he never wanted to be a rapper, and he stated that time and time again in various interviews. Goonew never wanted to be a rapper.
I've been in Chicho's studio before I was rap shows, my friends, Fly, Swerve, I've been Napoleon, I've been in the studio, but that shit was never me. I felt like, man, that shit ain't me. I'm saying I can't be no rapper. And he's like, damn, nigga, you a rapper now.
But Goonew was always impulsed by his circle to become a rapper because Goonew was famous in the hood. Everybody in the hood knew him for doing what he was doing, shit, like hustling and shit like that. We can leave it at that. All his homies wanted him to rap. Some of his homies was Big Flock and Lil Dude. Now, Big Flock was already a big rapper in the DMV around this time when Goonew was not even rapping yet. Lil Dude already had a buzz as well. And see, the thing about Lil Dude, I knew about Lil Dude before I knew about Goonew, I'm pretty sure. Lil Dude and Goonew was a dynamic duo. They was like this. I never seen them have no argument, no fallout, no nothing. Them niggas was always together. And both their music was fire. Big Flock ended up going to jail around 2016. And I think this is where it's relevant for me to mention other names was big making noise in the DMV around this time. We have Q The Fool and Shabazz, who are two rappers also from the DMV that was making noise. Goon, Big Flock, Lil Dude, Shabazz, Q the Fool was all cool. There are videos of them all on the same stage performing together, you feel me? But around the time Big Flock got locked up in 2016, these guys would split. We don't know why. I don't think anyone ever came to the internet to tell us why, which is good. Like, the new gangsters don't do that. Like, we live in a very federal time, because this happened in 2016. If this happened in 2026, we would know everything. We would know the exact day them niggas started beefing. We'd know what them niggas had for breakfast. We'd know who shot at who, how many bullets came out the gun, because niggas nowadays like to talk about everything. But that's neither here nor there. So, Big Flock, Lil Dude, and Goonew was like on one side. Q the Fool and Shabazz was on another side. And Lil Dude music was fire as well. I love Lil Dude music alongside Goonew's music. Big Flock got locked up, and I'm guessing other homies that was around Goonew was pushing him to rap like, yo, Big Flock got locked up. One of us need to put on for the hood, you feel me? And like, you're already famous in the hood. You got all the lingo, you got all the swag. Start rapping, nigga. Start rapping now. Go to the studio. Nah, JK, but like, yeah, they was like pushing the nigga to rap. He didn't want to rap. He started rapping. He fucked with it. He became a rapper. A damn good rapper at that. So sometimes peer pressure works. I'm glad they did that. Plus, Goonew is a nigga that was tied in with money, power, respect / hood rich. What's money, power, respect? See, NPR is a Atlanta underground like clique, crew, whatever you want to call it, that was ran by one of the hottest underground niggas ever come out of Atlanta. It was hood rich Pablo Juan. Pablo Juan, I'm talking about too many fire niggas, but Pablo Juan is also one of the greatest, most underrated rappers ever. Your favorite rapper probably stole his flow sometime, but you don't know that. But yeah, now see, Pablo Juan was an underground nigga, but underground like kind of mainstream at the same time, because Pablo Juan history is mad. Pablo Juan was a lean plug. He used to sell all these famous rappers lean. Right? So Pablo Juan, while being an underground nigga, Pablo Juan used to do songs with all of your favorite Atlanta rappers. Pablo Juan got songs with Lil Baby, he got songs with the Migos. The first time I heard the Pablo Juan tape, there was a Carti feature. He had a song with Carti. He got songs with Gucci, he got songs with Uzi, all those, from Atlanta. So Pablo Juan might as well be mainstream. He's underground, but he fuck with all the mainstream niggas. Goonew and Lil Dude was already locked in with NPR. It was Atlanta, DMV, Link. We locked in. So when Goonew started rapping, he already had the push of being under Pablo Juan. So, things fell into place for him pretty much like quicker than it would fall into place for the average dude. So sometime in 2018, I can't really find on the internet because a lot of this shit is muddy. But I remember when this shit happened, like I was reading about it as it happened. I just don't know if this was early or late 2018, but fuck it. Around this time, Goonew was already bubbling in the underground. If you kept your ear to the streets, you knew about Goonew. He was already bubbling. You know about Goonew and Dude. Sometime in 2018, Goonew, Lil Dude, and Pablo Juan were in LA. The three of them. The three of them were in LA. They were shopping, doing fly shit at the Christian Dior store. Them niggas ran into Q the Fool and his crew, which is Rich Shooters. Now, by this time, these former friends was already deep into the beef. Like, there was diss tracks out, so like, they was deep into the beef. And what happened was, so multiple accounts say that Lil Dude wasn't exactly in the mix of the shit. He was like down the street. But the thing is, Goon and Pablo Juan ended up getting ran up on by the Rich Shooters. And while Rich Shooters was like attempting to press Goonew, because it's really his beef. This is beef between DMV niggas. Pablo Juan was just there. Pablo Juan is an Atlanta nigga. So they were trying to press Goonew. And Pablo Juan, he's walking up trying to defuse the shit, right? So when Pablo Juan is trying to defuse the shit, he gets sucker punched from behind and falls on the floor. So when Pablo Juan falls on the floor, his pendant on his chain fall off. Or his whole chain, it doesn't really matter. But long story short, I don't know if, they beat that nigga because he posted a photo with the fat lip. No, they stomped that nigga. No, they did him bad. But it was nothing that couldn't be recovered from. Videos came out on the internet with the niggas flexing with Pablo Juan jewelry, which is mad, They call it the Greasy Neck Tour. Pablo Juan chains was on the Greasy Neck Tour.
Hey, what the chains up? Hey, Pablo! Hey, nigga! Alright, get that shit! We the real goons! We the real hood rich niggas!
Yeah, that's what you got, bud? Hey, that's the hood, that's a back, let me see.
Brand new box, got no.
Damn.
I love my niggas, Slum.
Y'all niggas want some,
You see this nigga?
None of you rappers, I don't give a about none of that selling much. That's all niggas ain't getting back. Hey, bud, what you got back there, bud? That hood was that's all nigga. Niggas ain't getting back. And that's for my kids.
This nigga who's doing the most wolfing, the most yelling behind that shit, he's flying the Rich Shooters flag. Now him and the leader Q the Fool don't even talk no more. You see this street shit? That's neither here nor there. They don't even talk no more. But that's not what this video's about. After this chain snatching, which wasn't really a chain snatching, when there were rumors that Goonew ran, I wasn't there. There are no videos of this shit, so I can't confirm anything. But like, Goonew and Lil Dude fell out with Pablo Juan after this, or vice versa. Because like, I can imagine how Pablo Juan felt. Like, oh, I'm fucking with you niggas getting me in your beef, and I'm getting the worst end of it. I'm leaving with a fat lip. You niggas don't got a fat lip. I got a fat lip. What the fuck? This ain't even my beef. I'm from Atlanta. Some DMV niggas just stomped me out, and I got a fat lip. So I can understand Pablo Juan's side, right? But hey, it is what it is. So they fell out with Pablo Juan. Nonetheless, 2018 was a very prolific year for Goonew. With all the bullshit happening. The first Goonew mixtape I heard was Goonewick from February 2018. So yeah, check that out if you're inclined to. After Goonwick, there was a Big 6-4 in July. After Big 6-4, he dropped Goonwick in February, and a Positive Goon, which is a collab tape with another DMV rapper, Lil Grey. That came out in November, Positive Goon. On that tape, there was some disses towards Q the Fool. July 5th, 2019, Goonew got shot up. I don't know how many times he got shot up. I don't know where he got shot. The aftermath wasn't pretty because Goonew posted a photo, and the Goonew also said that he was pronounced dead. He was fully pronounced dead. They called the nigga mother, told her that he was dead. But Goonew managed to survive. Thank God he survived that, even though they had already pronounced my man dead. And that inspired the title of his mixtape that would drop on October 1st, 2019, Back from Hell. That's Goonew mixtape he dropped in October 2019 because Goonew was dead for a short period, but they brought him back. So Goonew's 2019, outside of that, there's nothing really big for me to speak on. In 2022, Goonew dropped 2 mixtapes, Homicide Boys 2 with Lil Dude. The first Homicide Boys had came out in 2017. Homicide Boys 2 came out in March 2020. Big 642, which came out in June. In 2021, Goonew would drop the aforementioned Short Temper tape, which unfortunately would end up being his last mixtape in a long series of prolific releases. The timeline is also muddy here, but in 2021, Goonew did a 7-month bid. He was locked up. We don't know exactly what the nigga was charged for because he preferred not to speak about it. Goonew did a 7-month bid and was released around October. So around October 2021, when Goonew was released from jail, he did this interview with Say Cheese, among other interviews, and this was the time where we started seeing a shift in Goonew. Goonew came out of jail with a new maturity. Came out of jail more pensive, because the tone of this, what's the nigga name? Sean Cotton, Say Cheese. That interview was just like completely introspective, you feel me? Goonew's interviews around this time were more introspective. He was talking about, his drug habit.
Yeah, I be chilling now. Like I don't be drugging too hard, so I really be, you know what I'm saying. I really be chilling now. Like I don't pop a lot of perks like I used to. You know what I'm saying? I just be half a perk,
Talking about, life in the hood and shit like that. He was talking about his mental, because this is a nigga that grew up in the hood, saw a lot of shit from a young age. He was talking about his mental health. And even the possibility of going to therapy. Like, we saw Goonew more mature. Shit, the nigga was always skinny as a twig. We even saw Goonew put on a bit of weight.
Shit, I seen you when you were released, man. Look like you gained some weight.
Yeah, man. I went in there, I was like 150. Now I'm like 205.
Damn. So
very worth mentioning that in 2021, Goonew and Lil Dude got back cool with Pablo One. Now, Pablo One himself ended up getting locked up. Pablo One shit was more serious though. Pablo One got hit with a RICO. Pablo One got locked up in 2020, was released in 25. We saw Dude post a FaceTime call with Pablo One while he was in jail. And like, none of this is up on the internet or I can't find it, but I know because I saw it when it was happening. Lil Dude and Goon used to post free Pablo One. They used to speak good on his name. So they had fell out for a period, but they got back cool, which was lovely. I love to see that. I didn't want the niggas to start beefing in the first place. This all culminates, unfortunately, the 18th of March, 2022. Goonew was in some type of store in his own hood. It's rumored that he was going to give his sister some kind of gift. Goonew ended up getting ran up on by some niggas who robbed Goonew, who relieved him of his possessions. Give me your chain, give me your watch. Now this shit gets bizarre because they told Goonew to walk off and still shot him in the back. Like, if y'all wanted to rob the man, y'all would have took his jewelry but not killed him. Now they took the nigga jewelry and shot him in the back, which is suspicious. To this day, the details around his death are muddy. There's even speculation about, was it an inside job? Did niggas from his own hood kill him? Like, no one knows. But, yo, it's sad that nigga passed, man. 24 years old, Goonew got shot in the back after surviving all those previous shootings. Now, Goonew's funeral, it's bad for me to even talk about this because I want this to be like a positive video. I don't want this to be like no goofy shit because I really fucked with my nigga, you feel me? But like, Goonew's funeral ended up being like some sort of public spectacle. Like, it got viral even outside of rap circles. Like, they was talking about that shit all over social media because Goonew's funeral was bizarre, if I do say so myself. So they embalmed the nigga body. They put an Amiri outfit on my nigga and propped him up on stage, in the middle of the club. A corpse in the middle of the stage. And shit, I'm not going to say nothing disrespectful because obviously that's a young black man who lost his life. But at the same time, his mother, his sister was like, this is what Goon would have wanted, respect the family's wishes, which you should do. You should respect the family's wishes. That's what his mama wanted. She says the son would have liked to go out like that. Okay.
Moreau, who went by the stage name Goonew, was shot and killed in Prince George's County on March 18th. His death remains an open homicide investigation. There was an autopsy performed on his body. It was released to the funeral home, and the family tells me they wanted to have a celebration that they said properly reflected his life. This was at Bliss nightclub at Northeast DC. Fox 5 is not sharing images posted to social media, but I can tell you the body was upright on the stage. He was wearing jeans, a sweatshirt, and a crown as people celebrated around him. Moreau's sister says the family has received a lot of negative attention, but emphasized tonight they don't care.
celebrated the life of my brother how we wanted. My brother was a legend. My brother was a king. And that's exactly how we wanted to go out. To clear the rumors in that place, my brother, the critics are, it's rude. It's very disrespectful. It's very insensitive. If you do not like it, don't speak on it. Don't speak on it.
Don't
It's how
watch
we,
it.
let us grieve how we want to grieve.
But we can't deny, like, that's not some shit like we've ever seen before. A rapper die and he on stage in the club, like, I never heard of that. This became a public spectacle, I say, because like that nigga DJ Vlad interviewed 7 different rappers, asked them about it. Rappers who I'm pretty sure didn't even know who Goonew was. And like it became a topic at the time. Not for the right reasons, but this whole shit is techie to talk about anyway. But let's speak a bit on the influence of my nigga Goonew. So Goonew is like a case to be studied because Goonew started rapping in 2017, and by 2018 he had songs with one of the hottest rappers in the game, who is Lil Yachty. Now Lil Yachty, if you know, Lil Yachty was always a nigga who kept his ear to the underground, who used to fuck with lots of underground hood rappers before they really reached their peak. And I always admired that about him. I always admired that about young Miles McCullough. And Goonew was like, Goonew never reached a mainstream hype. Shit, Goonew was still building his shit up. Maybe because he didn't want to reach the mainstream height. You know, the nigga never even wanted to be a rapper. And Goonew was still in the hood every day. Goonew loved being in the hood, as expressed by Goonew himself.
I still be on the block every day. Every day. I don't go nowhere.
Which makes me sad that he never got to move to Houston like he one day expressed, you know? Because you need to get out the hood, my nigga. Like, being in the hood led to his demise. But, you know, it's that product of my environment shit. Like, this is all I knew growing up. Well, fuck, I look like leaving my hood. Like, my niggas here, my family here. You feel me? That's what's going through most niggas' heads. Like, true say, most niggas gonna feel like I'm gonna look like a bitch if I leave my hood. Like, niggas gonna think I'm scared. But nah, that ain't it. You gotta move out the hood to protect your livelihood, you know? Feed your family. You can't do that if you're not alive. You know, you can't feed your family if you're not alive. But, with that being said, Goonew made the impact in just like 5 years of rapping, you know? Goonew Flow was a big breath of fresh air to me. Like, I had never heard anything like it at the time. Maybe similar, but not like that. Because Goonew, he had this whisper flow, like, homicide shit. Catch your body, then I grip on the Vic. She trying to beat, I'ma let the bitch rip. I'm still in the kitchen, I beat up my wrist. Nigga, when I heard that shit for the first time, I said, boo! Bro, Goonew, shit, nigga.
Homicide shit. Catch your body, then I creep on the Vic. Cheats on the beat, so I let the bitch rip. I'm still in the kitchen, I beat at my wrist. Ooh.
And it's, bro, Goonew was really your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, bro. The punch-ins, bro. Like, every bar was a punch-in. Like, nowadays, that's the norm. These niggas is punching in every line. But Goonew was one of the first niggas I saw do the punch-ins on almost like every line. You feel me? And that shit is the norm now. So I was editing this video, and it's like very crucial that I not forget to mention the word offbeat. Goonew used to rap offbeat on purpose, and that shit was fire. I don't give a fuck what any nigga wants to say. That shit was hard. And that's when niggas wasn't doing that. Nowadays, everybody raps offbeat, whatever. But Goonew was doing that shit 2017 when he started. My friends used to say, nigga, you crazy as fuck listening to this offbeat music. They didn't get it. But Goonew was truly special in his art form and his creativity. Goonew has cosigns from your favorite rappers, bro. Goonew was fucking with Lil Yachty. Goonew was fucking with Lucky. Goonew was fucking with G Herbo. Goonew was fucking with Keith and them. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, fuck. Goonew was a legend in the underground in only 5 years of rapping, bro. Goonew influenced me. I'm not sure I would have been rapping today if it wasn't for Goonew. Because Goonew shit really put a battery in my back. Like, this nigga's creative. Like, damn. It made me want to be creative. You feel me? It was creative and it was gangster at the same time. And I'm just like, woo! This is my shit right here. Like, Goonew and Lil Dude, Pablo Juan. Like, the NPR cap deserves more credit. Because Goonew's flow is an evolution of Pablo Juan's flow. But Goonew had his own shit to it. The whisper shit.
No, I just like, it's like it was the same when everybody was yelling. So I'm like, I don't want to yell. I'm trying to switch it up. We're gonna talk quiet. We're gonna talk on some whisper shit.
Goonew set a trend undoubtedly. Many niggas ran off of Goonew shit. If not the whispering, just the punchlines and the homicide double back flow. Bro, see, there's the nigga Shawnee Bin Laden. Like, I think Shawnee Bin Laden locked up right now. Like, shout out to Shawnee Bin Laden. Like, I ain't here to shit on my nigga, but like, when I first heard Shawnee Bin Laden, I was really confused. Like, this is just New York Goonew. This is just Goonew if he was from New York, bro. Like, and I fuck with some Shawnee Bin Laden songs, but I was so confused that when he got so much buzz, and he even started passing my nigga Goon at some point. I'm like, bro, like, I think the hype y'all giving this nigga is the hype y'all should give to Goonew, because this nigga is just doing a New York version of Goonew. But that's neither here nor there. Shout out Shawnee Bin Laden same way. But yeah, bro, like, my nigga Goon, man, this shit is crazy, man. Like, fuck. In the beginning of the video, I mentioned the DMV wave. And around the time Goonew was blowing up, it was like really parallel with how the whole city was blowing up. Because Goonew was one of the niggas at the forefront. But like, the DMV was really having a moment around 2018. This is around the same time Lil Uzi hopped on the remix of Shabazz Shells. Lil Uzi did a remix to an underground rapper from the DMV, Shabazz, who is part of the story, and I mentioned him. And it's just sad to see that wave never lived up to the full hype, because we were seeing niggas like Goonew, Dude, Q the Fool, Zaman, who came a bit later, Rico Nasty, Young Manny, and the boy Money Mar. I can't forget the boy Money Mar.
I was just up in the trap smoking rocks. The sheets in the funnel don't fuck with the blocks. I pull up and slide on this block with the pump. About Glock 26, bitch came with a drum.
But it's just sad, you know, because the DMV really had something special. They had their own sound. But it's a lot of prison time involved. Niggas be going to jail. Niggas really in these streets. Niggas in real wars. So a lot of shit contributes. Like, but it's sad, you know, because the DMV had it all, and we was all rooting for the DMV.